Hi everyone, my name is Vishal Singh and I'll be teaching you chess today. So in the previous video, we started with defending by interposing and we'll be continuing that today. So let's begin with the class. Okay. So this was the first puzzle that I showed you and I made you understood what defending by interposing is. I hope you guys understood. I'll give you a quick recap if needed. So basically you're playing as white and your queen is under attack because of the enemy rook here at b8. Now defending by interposing basically means you get in another piece of yours in between to safeguard the piece that was under the attack. So in this case, queen is under the attack due to the rook. You bring your old rook, that is rook to b3 over here. By doing so, you have now blocked the path of the enemy rook that was trying to attack your queen. Got it? This is what interposing means. You basically block the path. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here you're playing as white again, and this time you do need to pause the video. Okay, please pause the video, think what is under attack due to what piece and what you can do in order to avoid that and escape. Okay, so now hopefully that you did pause the video and you did come back. Let's continue. So you're playing as white and the piece that is under attack would be your queen. Your queen is under attack due to this enemy bishop. You might be wondering why cannot the queen directly capture the enemy bishop. Well, the queen cannot. Why? Because the bishop is being supported by the knight over here. We can still capture the enemy bishop, but would that be a good move? No, right? You'll be losing 9 points in exchange for 3 points. Definitely not a good option. So what can we do? Does the queen have any other option to escape? It cannot go to the left, diagonally up, right? Definitely not towards the bishop and not towards the king as well. Why? Because the queen cannot jump over the pieces. So the queen is in a very tight spot. It has only one way to escape, and doesn't matter where it moves in that way, it is going to get killed. Correct? So what can we do? There are two possible options over here. We cannot bring this bishop in between the bishop that is in the black box out of the option, because the path that the bishop is attacking through is white. So utilizing a black bishop is anyway out of the option, plus its own path is blocked. So this bishop is out of the option completely. We definitely cannot use this rook either. It is completely blocked. We cannot use this rook as well. It will take a lot of moves and we need to get rid of the bishop first out of its way. Again, not a good move. Uh, Definitely not this knight as well. It will take again a lot of moves for it to save it. So there are only two options. We can utilize this white bishop. We can get this in between. That will completely block the path. Now, even if the exchange does happen, that would be a fair exchange. Your enemy loses a bishop, you lose a bishop as well. Plus, it is also now unavoidable for your enemy, because in exchange, the enemy bishop will also be under attack. So even if the enemy plays something else, you can still directly capture the enemy bishop. Cool. So that was one way. The other way would be to get your knight in between. Your knight here at c3 can also protect your queen. But I would suggest you go for the bishop. Why? Because it is better if your queen is out in the game as soon as possible. Because if your queen is blocked, wait, let me show you. If you use your knight, you cannot move your knight anywhere. Your knight is actually pinned because of the queen. The queen will take a lot of moves to get out. Plus, so you cannot utilize your knight and your queen is blocked. But if you utilize your bishop, you can in exchange directly capture the enemy bishop, which solves the problem as it is. Okay, since if suppose the enemy does play something else and you capture the enemy bishop, now you have captured the enemy bishop. Now the enemy will wonder, should I capture it using my knight? Even if it does capture using the knight, your queen can then capture the knight. So the enemy lost a bishop and a knight, while you only lost a bishop. So you will be in advantage by 3 points. So this is the reason why I would prefer my bishop to protect the queen. Got it? It has a lot of more benefits compared to the knight in this, only in this given situation. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so here again you're playing as white. Pause the video, think of a solution, and come back. You're playing as white. So the piece that is under attack would be, what do you think which is under attack? Definitely not the rook, and definitely not these three pawns or the king. The piece that is under attack is the pawn here at b7. Why do you think this pawn here currently is so much valuable? Because in just one move, this pawn can become anything. It can become a queen, a rook, a knight, or a bishop. So this is why the enemy rook is trying to kill it off. It is our chance. It is white to move. So as soon as we become a queen, we have played our move. Now it is the enemy's turn to play. Now if it is the enemy's turn to play, the enemy can directly capture our queen. We do not want that. So what can we do? We can block its path using our own rook. So the answer is rook to b6. You might be wondering why. I mean, why not? How can we? Won't the enemy rook just capture our rook? Well, it can, and it is fine even if it does, because then our pawn here will be supporting our rook. So even if the exchange does happen, we can still make our queen. We can in return make two queens this time, because I'll show you. See, now we have 2 points that can reach the top and become a queen. So we have defended our pawn by bringing in our rook and blocking the path of the enemy rook right here. Got it? So this was the answer to this particular puzzle. Okay. Moving on. So here, as you can see, it is our chance to play white to move. And okay, I did not give away the answer, luckily. Pause the video, think of a solution, and then come back. Got it? So you're playing as white, see what is under attack and how you can possibly protect it. Okay. So now you're playing as white, and the piece that is under attack is again the queen. What is it under attack by? There's only one opening. You see, right? The queen is protected from all the other sides. So there's only one opening, that is from the top. So the rook is actually the piece that is threatening our queen. Now, what can we do to protect it? The queen has no other way to escape. It cannot jump over the pieces, I've told you. So if the knight was not here, the knight is actually here. If the knight wasn't here, we could have utilized our bishop and played bishop to this d3. It would then have protected our queen, because the bishop will be supported by the queen and the pawn. But that is not the case. The knight is here. So utilizing the bishop, like I showed you in the previous puzzle, is out of the option. What else can we do? You see the path is completely blocked, right? The bishop cannot cross, the rook cannot cross, but there is one piece that can jump over the pieces. It is knight. You remember, right? The knight can jump over the pieces. So we can utilize our knight here at d1 in this case and jump to d2 in order to save our queen. So now if the exchange does happen, we will be in benefit. Why? The rook is worth 5 points, the knight is worth 3 points, so we will be in advantage by 2 points in total. So most likely the exchange won't happen. If the enemy is intelligent and is logical, he would definitely not go in for the exchange. But our purpose here was to save our queen, which we have accomplished by bringing in a different piece and blocking the path of the enemy that was threatening our queen. So we accomplished our mission. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here again, you're playing as white, and pause the video. Think what is under attack and then come back to me and then play the video. Okay, so you're playing as white over here, and the piece that would be under attack would be your queen. What is it under attack because of? What piece is threatening it? The bishop, right? The bishop is the one that is threatening our queen. What can we do in order to save it? Can we utilize our knight? No, right? That wouldn't solve the problem. Can we utilize our bishop? No, again, it is blocked. The path is blocked, and even if we did want to protect it, it will take a lot of moves to get it there. by the time we get our bishop there, it will be killed already. So again, not option. So this time we'll actually be using a small piece. Even a small piece can block a path, right? A piece is still a piece. So the answer would be pretty simple to just move this pawn up by one block. So pawn to e5, and we have blocked the path. Not only blocked the path, we have also at the same time attacked the enemy bishop, because the enemy would not want to exchange a bishop for a pawn, so the enemy would definitely move away. Here at e4. Why not over here? Because it will then still be killed. So not a good option again. Okay, so this is what a defending by interposing means. You can actually get any piece in between and stop the movement of the path of the opponent piece. All right. So that was all for today. Again, I really hope you guys understood everything. And defending by interposing is a little tricky, so I hope you guys pay a little more attention. It's not that hard if you once you get a hang of it. So I'll see you guys in the next class. Bye bye.